All right, this production lesson is on editing hi-hats. So open your editing hi-hats folder and you will find this template. Of course, download that to your files. Open it up. Make sure that you go to Recents. And you should end up with something that looks like this. Now, what we're doing here is we are creating our own hi-hats, something that's completely unique. So instead of just going to here and searching for hi-hats or looking in drum loops, we're going to actually edit our own hi-hats, and we're going to learn how to make trap rolls, that kind of kind of thing. Okay? Now, this is a multi-step process that is exactly how all the top producers edit and create their hi-hats. They don't just take someone else's hi-hats. They do it themselves so that they can kind of create their own vibe. All right? So we're going to look at this clicky hi-hat track. You don't have to do anything with the rest of these tracks. All right? We just want to look at that clicky hi-hat track. Let's just play a little bit of this. And I'm going to put my metronome on so I hear the beat. Now you'll notice on this track, if you hit a key, it makes a sound, a hi-hat sound. As you go lower, it goes lower. As you go higher, it goes higher. All right? Now, connecting to a keyboard is a really good idea because the percussive sound of a keyboard is a lot easier to play than just playing on your iPad. But either way you do it is fine. You're not going to be able to play a hi-hat part perfectly into the iPad, whether or not you use a keyboard or not. But we're going to edit them, and you'll kind of see how this is done. So first, practice playing along with the beat without recording. Kind of find where you want it. Now, you can play whatever kind of pattern makes sense to you, but as you can tell, when I'm playing, it's not perfect or anything, right? It's not going to be perfect. We're going to make it perfect, all right? So record. All right, so I have a hi-hat part there, but it is really sloppy. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is quantize it, just like you've done before, right? So we're going to go to settings, and we're going to quantize this to a 16th note. And as you can see, that shifted, and now my hi-hats are kind of perfectly on there. Now, you're also going to want to change in your settings the velocity. Now, velocity is how hard you hit. If you want your hi-hats to be really similar and have that like really hard-hitting sound where they're all the same, you're going to turn that all the way up. Okay? So now I have velocity and I have quantizing. But there's a problem. That's not really that interesting of a hi-hat part. All right. Sorry about the bell there. All right, so we need to edit it. I'm going to loop it first. And to edit hi-hats, you have to go into the editing map. So you click on it, and you're going to go here to edit. This opens what is called a piano roll. It shows you the keys of the piano and the notes that are being played. If you don't see your notes, just scroll up and down and you will see them eventually. Now, this is exactly the type of editor that producers use in FL Studio or Pro Tools. Okay? And this gives you the ability to manipulate notes. You can move them, you can erase them. Okay? So I'm going to play this. Now, right there, I want to add another note. I want to have it kind of go tuck, 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 tuck. To do that, I'm just going to draw a note in. Now, the first time you draw a note, it's going to be way too long. So you need to scroll it back to 1 or 2 beats. But once I've done that, okay, I can click on it again to delete it. And I'm just going to add it in here. I think about right here. And that should create a little, yep, you hear that? So it adds a little accent beat. I'm going to add another one right here. Okay, so that's one way you can add beats. It's just adding like a single tick-tock accent beat. Now, another thing that you can do is you can add that classic trap roll. Now, to do a trap roll, you're going to pinch your fingers out all the way, and you're going to draw in when you have the grid the smallest, and you're going to go up in pitch as you draw it. So this is like going up in pitch on the piano here, and that will create that classic trap roll. Right? And you can add those in wherever you want. I'm going to add a couple more of these kind of, and I'm going to add one more trap roll at the end here. And if you don't like where your notes are, you can just erase them, or you can turn the pencil off and move them. All right, so now when we listen to that cymbal part, we have some variation. Sorry about the bell. All right, so we have something that's completely unique. All right, for this assignment, when you submit your screen recording, you actually need to be open to this view. I don't need to see the rest of the assignment because you're not doing anything to it. And I need to see that you've edited some rolls in there and kind of created your own cymbal beat. Thanks a lot.